Thank you so much for coming. Welcome on YouTube. I hope you subscribe. I love you for life. I love you anyways. Okay? But my preference is that you prescribe on this channel. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. As you can see, the title today, Opportunities That Are Hidden. And why am I taking time to explain to us is because many of us, we are very aware of the visiting visa. I know all of us, or most of us, we know about the visiting visa. I know that, okay? And what does it take to come on a visiting visa? Most of the time, people will welcome you in their homes. You can come on a conference. You can come on a, medical tour. I don't know, tourism. You can come for honeymoon. Wherever brings you here to church. All those reasons we know about. Many people have come through that. And to be honest, for those who followed me for a long time, I always say visiting visa, you have to think what opportunities are there for you when you come on a visiting visa. More than likely, they are limited. You'll be able to come, tour, see for yourself, meet people, and see what is in there for you. The advantages, of course, it's cheaper. Most of the time, all you need is an air ticket. But most of the time, you'll find people to house you. Unless you're coming for a conference, then more than likely you'll have to find a hotel or a motel, and using that time, you'll come and learn more. How long does it take? Of course, at the port of entry, they'll give you 6 months. Okay, 6 months. But to be honest, we are lucky some countries. For example, Kenya, when you come for a tourism visa or B1, B2, it's good for 5 years. Does it mean you come and stay 5 years? No. All it means is when you come to the port of entry, they will stamp for you 6 months. You can go back home, but you can always come back. But of course, most of you follow Janet. You know that you can always extend these things. I've seen people going underground, becoming illegal, and they didn't have to. You can always extend this thing, okay? You don't just show up and then you extend. Of course, you want to stay about 4 months and extend. So that is an opportunity, especially for those who didn't go to school or they don't have education and they don't have enough money. Sometimes they can come through that, see, and let's see what that has to offer. The whole thing is just to tell you what exists. So we all know about visiting visa. I'm not going to spend a lot of time about visiting visa. Of course, Janet's favorite is student visa. You have to find a school, get an I-20, admission, you have to have fees, bank statements, come here. When you come, of course, after graduation, there's OPT, CPT. You can always stick around. You can always get more time, keep going, keep going. But meanwhile, you can use other ways of staying here permanently. Again, most people are very aware about the student visa. So let me not spend a lot of time there, okay? Student visa is F1 student visa, okay? If you apply to a school, they'll give you a document called I-20. All these things we know about. Of course, the biggest of all is the green card. Many of you are aware about the green card lottery, but if you follow Janet Rangi for a long time, you know there are many kinds of green cards, especially when you come here on a visiting visa. What do you think you get if you marry an American citizen? A green card. If you come here as a student and you go to school and you have a master's in the STEM and you find an employer, they give you a job and they give you H1B. If they want you to stay here permanently, what do you think they give you? A green card through employment. If you are a registered nurse, they bring you here. They'll bring you through green card, through employment. Okay? So there are many kinds of green cards. Okay, some people come here, they fear political persecution. There are many reasons why people want to stick around, but green cards it's another department. Okay, many of you are aware of that because of the green card lottery. All right, okay, this is a strange time. I'm just recording this so I can go and shower so that you come and enjoy this video for years to come. Okay, so let's come to the other ones that no one talks about. There's a visa called H1B visa. H1B is usually given by American employers, and some of you didn't know that actually American employers can recruit you from where you are around the world and bring you here through H1B visa. And I'm not blaming you because I'm not blaming anyone, of course. I didn't know most of this information, but for the past 6 years, I've invested a lot of information. I've invested underground and read a lot. Even me, I'm shocked at the amount of opportunities that exist. Okay? All right. So many people marry American. They come on fiancé visas, K1 and all that. We've heard about that. So let me just speak about things that are hidden that many of you don't know. Okay? Rightfully so. Okay? But Janet is here to expose us and know that these things exist. Most of you have heard about registered nurses coming to the United States. That is very common. I'm one of the beneficiaries. If you are new to Janet Rangi, welcome. Janet studied nursing. I had a degree in nursing from Kenya. I came here as a student. I did the NCLEX nursing exams. When I passed, the hospital was my sponsor, and they changed my visa from student to green card. After I stayed for 5 years on a green card, I applied for American citizenship. I've been an American citizen since 2010. So for more than 10 years, I've been a citizen of the United States. That's how it happened for me. Everyone else, it will happen differently. Some came, joined the military those days, they got green cards. These days, you can't join the military unless you have a green card or you are a citizen. That can change, keep an eye, okay? So anyway, so having said that, let me just introduce to you this kind of visas to open the horizon. Because most of you just hear, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a registered nurse. Everyone talks about nurses and nurses. No, other people can also come to America. In fact, medical doctors come to America all the time. They come on a J1 visa. Most people don't know that. Okay, many people in other countries know, but where we come from, it's trickling down. I've met medical doctors that are working their way through to come here on J1 visa, and then when they come here through residency after passing all the exams, to be quite honest, the J1 visa is always waived. The people that people don't talk about, okay, of course, last year, during the summer and after summer, Janet came here and announced, oh, J1 visa, agriculture students, come, come, come. Now, most students in Africa will always remember Janet, okay? Because of the J1 visa programs, university students now are very aware that they can come to the United States on a J1 visa as interns, as trainees. Many people that have followed Janet Rangi on Facebook, and now I'm introducing these things on YouTube too, they know they can always come here as scholars, as professors, as au pair. Au pair means you work in people's homes, you help people, you know, the old people, you take care of the children. J1 visa will give you that. Teachers. Okay? Let me just now come specifically to people that no one talks about. I've met teachers here, and I know teachers can come. They come here on J1 visas. 1 year to 5 year programs. I've seen teachers that have come here and they get 5-year contracts and they work with different school districts. So if you didn't know that, don't just be thinking only nurses go to America, only nurses go to America. No. If you have a degree, you have experience, and you have a number, a registration number in different countries, I don't know, okay? TSC numbers, whatever you call them in different countries, you have to be licensed or authorized to work as a teacher in your own country. No one talks about these things. So I'll tell you, yes, teachers have those opportunities to come to the United States. Did you know that? Did you know that? Now you know, okay? Janet Rangi, full of information. I go to the trenches. I see these things. And the good news, when Janet tells you, my friend, it's true. It is true, okay? Teachers are coming here. Okay, Gertrude, thank you so much for coming. You know, this video I'm doing, I didn't expect many people to come. Not many. I rarely do live videos on YouTube. I just post. So if you're here watching me, thank you so much for taking your time to come here and watch me. So teachers, wherever you are, know you have an opportunity. Just like the nurses, okay? You might not get a green card, but eventually something will open. But more than likely, you'll come on a J1 visa for 1 year to 5 years. Most likely, we prefer to take the one that is 5 years. And sometimes they can extend that by 2 more years. And then, meanwhile, other things can happen. So did you know that? So if you're a teacher, take heart. Now Janet is telling you, there's a way for you to come to America. That is hidden, okay? Janet started making noise on Facebook, on YouTube, and everywhere. Now teachers everywhere have hope because Janet came and now she tells you, okay? All this information, by the way, if you go to janetrangi.com, you'll find those things. If you want me to call you one-on-one and explain the process, and you know I've learned something. I used to say, hey, do this, and many people would help themselves. But when it comes to one person and as an individual, even when it comes to embassy preparations, it's very, very individualized. Every person is different. I realized, you know, you can't have a cookie cutter. Cookie cutter means there's just like, you know how you bake cake and you have the same thing for everyone. No, it can never be like that. So anyway, teachers, you can come. Other people that didn't know, and I've always spoken about this, are physical therapists. Physical therapists can come, register in the United States, and those ones can actually get sponsorship from the hospitals, and they can get a green card just like nurses. Okay? Do they prefer master's programs? Yes. So if you're someone who has a physical therapy degree, I would encourage you to come for a master's. Meanwhile, as you're doing your master's, a green card will be a possibility. It's not an impossibility. And remember, all these opportunities I'm talking about is not just for the applicant. They cover family members, okay? So if someone comes on J1, their spouse will come on J2. And J2, they can apply for a work permit. And they say that work permit should not be used to support the applicant, but it's good for you to know. It's good for you to know that if you bring your wife, if you're the teacher, the man, and your wife comes on J2, when she comes here, she's allowed to work. All she needs is to apply to uscis.gov and apply for a work permit, and she will qualify to work in the United States. So for all those years, when you're working as a teacher, your spouse will also be working on the side. The family will do so well. The children will be here. They'll go to school. And many of you say, oh, I can't afford private education in America. No, they have public education system. Okay? They start paying fees in college. But elementary, okay, primary, high school, all the way, you don't pay. Okay? I just have to make clear when Janet talks, she's looking at the whole family structure. I'm looking at all the problems you have, and I'm trying to resolve all those issues. Okay, have you had me physical therapists and teachers, lab technologists? Okay, lab technologists can also come, bring their papers here, get the necessary evaluation, and work in the hospitals. There's a pathway for lab technologists to come and work in the United States. So the reason I'm breaking down these opportunities is because we all here to RN, registered nurse, registered nurse, registered nurse. And then the other people think like they can never make it. Okay, registered nurses, yes, of course, if you're here as a registered nurse, Janet understands the whole process. It can't get better than this. It can't get better than this. I was there, okay? I trained there. I came here as a foreign nurse. I passed those exams. I'm very familiar. I did my master's program here. I did my postgraduate studies here. I prescribe medicines. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I am a psychiatric nurse practitioner, okay? I can work in family practice. I can work in psychiatry. And yes, I can vlog. Sometimes when I vlog, people say, no, I'm educated, okay? With nothing wrong. Me, I don't care. Because if this gives me money, who told you I have to? It's not about education all the time, okay? You know, you can have many, many skills. Janet happens to be educated and she has vlogging skills, okay? If you ask me, I enjoy this, okay? Have you ever heard the story? I told people, Janet, what made you become a nurse? What made you, did you love it? Me, I told people I'm honest. For me, it was not easy. I did not enjoy it, okay? I did not enjoy it. I didn't like being a nurse. But when I go to work, patients love me. They're like, oh, but I really, really struggled to bring myself out to go to work. Okay, I'll be honest. That was just never. But when I work, I feel like it's my calling. Okay, me, I didn't enjoy it. I'll be honest. No, I did not like it. Okay, now, teachers, okay, have hope. Lab technologies, yes. Respiratory therapists, I don't have the papers for respiratory therapists, but lab technologies, yes, you can. All these professions you can come. Nutritionists, you can come. All you need is to go to your board and find out what you need to do work in the United States. Of course, we talk about information technologies. Okay, IT. Let's not even talk about IT. Did you know you can find American employers to hire you directly from home and bring you on H-1B visa in the United States if you did information technology? This is information that all our people need to know in those universities back home. Okay, I am not poaching. Okay, me, I'm just giving information like everyone else in the world. Okay, like everyone else in the world is giving information to their people, Janet is also giving information. Okay, so if we have 1 or 2 teachers come to America, it's not the end of the world. Okay, we will have more teachers go to university. It just opens up more opportunities for young people to take their chances. Okay, so the sky is the limit. We all have to look for opportunities. Information technology, just like nurses, you can find employers right here in the United States, recruit you and file for you H-1B visa. If you didn't know, H-1B visa is a working visa, okay? Your spouse will be on H-4 visa. Your children, I think, will also be H-4 visa. They'll be able to go to school, okay? Once they file for you a green card, your spouse will also be able to work at that point. But it's a process. H-1B, you work for 3 good years. They can renew for 3 more years, giving a total of 6 years total on H-1B visa, working legally in the United States. Most of the time, if the employer needs you, most of the time, actually, the employer needs you, they can petition a green card, which is permanent residency. Depending on which country you come from. I'll give an example of people from the Sunshine Continent. The lines are short, okay? So that means once you get the H-1B visa, the first 3 years, and the employer likes you, if they file a green card, within those 3 years, you'll be able to, you'll be able to get your green card before your H-1B visa expires, okay? Now, our friends from other countries like maybe China, okay, Mexico, India, because they are here in plenty, so even if they have H-1B, sometimes if their employer files, the lines are too long. So they have to wait longer. Some of them decide to go where? To Canada, because they can't wait for those long lines. But for some of us from the Sunshine Continent, H-1B is good for 6 years. But before the H-1B expires, employers can change from H-1B to green card. Of course, if you stay in America on a green card for 5 years, you qualify to apply for United States citizenship. As you can see, I'm mentioning many professions. Scholars, okay, another category of people that didn't know. Okay, you have a PhD, I don't care, in human resource, in the sciences, in teaching. If you come here, okay, as a scholar, especially even as a student, when you reach here, look at the universities. Universities employ foreigners with PhDs. Okay? With PhDs, employers, please don't start questioning me because I didn't reply to your messages, okay? I will get to you. I'm so sorry. I'm just by one person, okay? But continue, janetrangi67@gmail.com. And if I leave someone else to reply to you, please, just know you'll get the right message, okay? By the way, the reason I ran away from Facebook is because of such messages. Okay, because I was not enjoying doing videos anymore. When I do videos, people say, you didn't call me, you didn't reply, you didn't do this, and I respect that. That's why I'm spending most of the time trying to answer people like my friend there. You leave your email there, I hope I find you. Because that is what I'm trying to do right now, is to reach people. I realized if I go on Facebook, I'm getting too big, I'm recruiting more people, and the people that are following me already, they are not satisfied. I say, you know what? Take a break. Show up just a little bit, but take care of people in the background. So that's where I'm spending most of my time, is in the emails, is in the phone calls, okay? All right. So how are you handling the snow in Texas? I'm staying warm, as you can see, with my beanie, okay? With my beanie here, it's very cold. But this weekend, it has warmed up. During the week, it was sub-zero temperatures with the very risky temperatures. I didn't go to work. That's how I handled it. There's one day I didn't go to work because of hypothermia and frostbite. The temperatures were below minus 15 degrees. That is equivalent to death, okay? So we stayed in the house most of the time. But we are doing very well, thanks for asking, okay? So anyway, some of you, I work as a remote bookkeeper for a USA company. How can I come to America? So that is a very specific question. Again, if you go at the beginning of this video, I said there are just too many categories of green cards. If you come and book an appointment with me on my website, I can probably look at your situation and say, hey, this is what you have. In my opinion, this is the pathway you should take. You take a consultation. I realize just giving people information out there, and people are not supporting my mission. Because the mission has to continue, okay? The lights have to remain on. That is one thing I realize, even my pastor and my priest, when they are preaching, they need the lights to be on, okay? So that we can continue giving the messages. Those websites are lights. The lights have to be on, okay? That's just the way it works. So I have to spend a lot of time in the background to make sure that the lights are staying on in the church. Otherwise, the mission will not continue. And I love you so much for supporting me, okay? So in a nutshell, what I'm saying, most of you, if you look at these opportunities, they actually exist, okay? So this is just to encourage many of you who think that only nurses can get green cards, or only nurses can have a direct pathway to America. But if you are to ask Janet, okay, now people always say, but Janet, you know all these things. You tell me, what will you do? Okay? And Janet doesn't even hesitate. Janet, of course, loves you, and I love you back. Janet will always give you this opportunity. If you say, but Janet, you just tell me, what will you do? I will consider a student visa. I will always consider a student visa because it just gives you time. Okay, if you're one of the people that have followed me for a long time, thank you. Why do I like student visa? I will summarize so you get the visa, student visa. When you get a student visa stamped on that passport, as I did the video yesterday, it's a working visa. First of all, you're allowed to work on campus 20 hours a week. That is a working visa without asking permission. If you want to work more than 20 hours per week, that is when you can ask for a work permit. And I've gone through other means and other ways, and I've explained how people get those work permits, okay? So student visa, I like it because you'll be able to work. You can get a social security number. You'll be able to drive. Basically, you're able to fit in society. You're having value. You're adding value to yourself. You're cleaning your education. You're fitting into the American system. You are transitioning your education into something that will give you a job in America in the future. You can find an employer eventually to change for you that visa. You can marry, okay? It gives you time. It gives you time. After graduation, you have something called OPT. OPT, you work anywhere in the United States for 1 year. Before OPT is over, you say, hey, I want to go for my master's. You apply for a master's program, okay? Again, you add another 2 years, okay? After those 2 years, you come out. Again, OPT if things have not worked. I'm thinking by that time, you should have found a way to stay here permanently, okay? But let's say they didn't work. Again, after master's, you say, you know what? I'm considering PhD, 5 years. You are always around here and you are adding value to society, and society is adding value to you. So it's a win-win situation. There's no losing. There's no losing. Student visa, but of course, if you come on a visiting visa, like some people here who have no other ways of coming, and Janet tells you, if you don't have money and you make it through a tourist visa, from the name, tourism means come tour, see for yourself. You will come, see for yourself, and then decide. Before Janet came. Okay, before Janet came, people used to go underground, and then they become illegal. Why? Huh? And Janet said, no. If you're here 4 months and you feel like I need more time, of course, sometimes we need more time. You want to extend. It's illegal. USCIS.gov, extend the visa. Okay, 6 more months. Another thing that no one used to tell you. And people are like, Janet, I've been in America this long. I didn't know until Janet came. You can actually change from visiting visa to student. You're like, what? Many people used to come here. They can't get a social security number. They can't drive. They are misled. They're in people's homes. They don't want to go back. They are seeing opportunities. They mess up their papers when they did not have to. Until Janet came. Don't you love Janet? I love you. 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 I brought you opportunities. Okay? All right. Raise your standards. Never give up. Janet is here to bring you more information. This is YouTube. You know, if it's Facebook, I'll keep on going on and on and on. YouTube, we don't like long videos. Okay? Basically, what Janet has said in this video, okay, there are many pathways and there are other opportunities for other professions for you to come here in the United States. If you have any questions, Janet Rangi67@gmail.com. Again, Janet Rangi6767. Pay attention, Janet Rangi67@gmail.com. Of course, that is Gmail. No one takes seriously Gmail. That is for personal communication. Janet has a business email, but since you know Gmail, but my real business email, it is info@janetrangi.com. Directly attached to janetrangi.com. That is my website. If you need to confirm who Janet is without meeting any scammers along the way, janetrangi.com. You will see her number, which if you call, you will hear her voice. Okay? No one will ever ask you to pay any money unless it comes from Janet Rangi lips. So no one is going to scam you. Do you understand? Instead of you going, giving money to people you don't know, going on TikTok, people going and plucking Janet's videos and plucking on TikTok and lying to you, and then you go follow you blindly and you start sending money in Kenya. From what you're seeing me, I've talked all these years. When did you see Janet living in Kenya? Like, my friends, think. Why are you sending money in Kenya? Why are you sending money in countries you don't know? American number is +1. Okay? Unless you see a +1310, which is on my website, you are being scammed. And there is no other way for me to help you. Okay? If you go on TikTok and then you say, people come and steal my videos, and it tells you something. By the time people are using Janet Rangi videos, it's credibility. Okay? I'm a trusted brand. I've put myself out there for way too long. and not asking for money. Do you understand? And people have come to trust Janet Rangi. And so society, people now, okay, in some countries are going and plucking my videos and plucking in other websites and getting people. I hope you listen to this, but luckily, I'll be honest, those that have tried even in Kenya have been blocked. All I need, once I get the information, Safaricom, their numbers are blocked. It becomes a police case. Okay? With this day and age, technology is so advanced. So if you want to be a thief, you have to hide under the table, okay? You cannot be with a phone number. You cannot have a bank account. You can't have social media handle. They'll catch you. Okay? But for the most part, we are doing very well. We want to continue with a positive message, okay? Because in the end, we want all of us to succeed. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you succeed in America, in Canada. Okay, on the other side, I have Bruce who's helping me. Okay, 20 hours schoolwork help you pay for the small bills, apply for other opportunities like scholarships. That are a very, very good contribution. And I like that contribution because some people come to me and say, Janet, can you get me a scholarship? And I always say, no, you have it the other way around. Get admission. When you get admission, the school always tells you the available scholarships they have. You can apply for scholarships. Secondly, you can use that admission to look for external scholarships. Okay? Number three, God gave you hands. And when you come with that attitude of scholarship, you are not changing your life. You are not changing your life. If you've watched Janet Rangi videos, which are down here on Facebook, on my website, janetrangi.com, I will tell you more than scholarship is just one of the ways. Like even in this video, I just told you about hardship. After 1 year, you can always go and ask for a work permit off campus. I have many followers that are working off campus. They even have $30, $50 jobs a year. Okay? But if you have that mindset of scholarship, and maybe where you came from, you didn't even get A's. Okay, you didn't even getting a scholarship home was hard. Something tells you that because you are going to America, it will be any different. No, it's not going to be any different. Okay, in fact, some people come to me and say, Janet, help me to find a school. Because Janet will find a cost-effective school, first of all. But secondly, I try to save you time so that some schools need you to do credential evaluation, to send your documents somewhere, pay for that service, return to them. Some schools will require GRE, graduate record exams. I save you time on that. Some of them will need TOEFL. Some of them will need IELTS. We eliminate all that processes. But if you want a scholarship, it means you will have to invest time and money in these things. Okay? Score very well in IELTS. Score very well in TOEFL. Score very well in SATs. Score very well in GRE. Then your chances are even higher. Okay? But if you don't have anything to offer, believe what Janet is telling you. Okay? Use what God gave you. Think, how can I make money? Graduate assistantships. Once you get admission, the school will tell you if they have graduate assistantships. If I were you, I'm not going to look for scholarships necessarily. In fact, I told you about Empower. You can apply for Empower schools, but they're usually very expensive. So I'm like, once I come here and I see my way out is not very easy, I can use that time now to get into an Empower school where I can ask for a loan for foreign students. Okay? So there are many ways that did not even exist those days. But understand that, yes, you can work off campus, okay? A CPT allows you to work off campus if you're a master's student. Some people here will not tell you. So don't be thinking of just scholarship. Janet has taught you so many things to survive. If it's hardship, if you can't, instead of deportation, if you're sick, write a letter, defy your studies, talk to someone so they can hold that space. Okay, never allow someone to go report you and things become worse and worse and worse, okay? But that's beyond this video. I don't like making long YouTube videos. Thank you so much for your contribution. And thank you so much for coming on Janet Rangi and subscribing on YouTube here. I love you so much. All right, huku ni kujipanga. I love you so much, Lucy. Okay, you'll be the last one. Asanteni sana, kwaherini, muchas gracias, zikomo. Until next time, asanteni. We'll see in the next video. Checking out. Thank you for coming. Subscribe. I love you so much. Bye-bye.